What's happening here? There we go. Hello everybody, how's everyone doing today? Good. I'm glad everyone is having a lovely day. Got your microphone on?
I have.
Is it on?
Yes.
Good. So can you hear me? Obviously more importantly, can you hear the lovely Louise?
Can you hear me?
Let's put a bit of slow fade between. Good. I'm glad everything's doing fine. As I said, just give us a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear us. We should all be good. Excellent. Thank you, Amco. Thank you. All loud and clear. Good, good, good. So what have we been doing? I'm not quite sure. We did the marathon. That's done and dusted. But don't think you
stop milking that.
I'm still milking it because you can still sponsor me.
This is true.
And I would love you, if you haven't sponsored me already, I would love you still to sponsor me. We're going to stop the sponsoring in about a week or so's time. So yeah, you can still go to the usual thing, atb.yt/run. Okay, so please, if you haven't sponsored and you would like to sponsor me, even though I have done the half marathon, it all goes to the Silversmiths and Jewelers charity, which is extremely an amazing, worthwhile charity. That is it. Anything else you want to say, Louise?
I don't think so.
No? Oh, the other thing. We've also opened up not necessarily a newsletter. I showed you earlier on today.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So looking at you blankly.
What's he done? What's he gone and done now?
What's he done now?
What's he done now? Obviously, you know that my book is going to be coming out in March. We've had the typesetting and the proofs through, looking fabulous. It's quite surreal to see like all the words that you wrote in one big manuscript and then all the photographs you put together, 200, 300 photographs, and then suddenly they've all been merged together. So I still don't have a price yet. I know it's going to be around about 145, 150 pages in length, which I think is a pretty good book. Softback. I don't know a price yet, but I will let you know over the next few weeks once it's all gone through a few more channels and worked out the paper thickness, the size of the book and so forth. But if you want to be the first people to get information on the book and what am I trying to say? What the book's going to look like, what's it going to contain, perhaps some sample pages, the cover, so forth, and you want to get this information before anybody else, you can sign up. So it's still the same thing. It's still atb.yt/, but this time it's book. All you need to do is put your name and email address. When you go to there, atb.yt/book, then you'll be notified when we have more information on the book regarding price. It's going to be released in March next year, so we've still got sort of 6 months to go before it's going to be released. But if we can whip up a little bit of interest in the book, and obviously you guys, whoever signs up, will have first dibs at information on the book, perhaps some sneak previews of what the book is going to look like, the cover, the price.
If we do a book signing?
If we do a book signing, exactly, you'll be the first to know.
I think we should.
So yes, so you'll have some insights before anybody else. So atb.yt/book, go to that. Exciting, isn't it?
It really is.
Exciting. Your dad was looking at the book, wasn't he? They came over for tea one day and they were looking, he was reading the book.
I think he pretty much read it, didn't he?
He went through it all page by page. He got a bit bored towards the end.
Well, he's a metallurgist. He's not
yes.
a jeweller, is he? But he's still interested.
Oh yeah, he was,
but
he loved the pictures. The pictures were close, in-depth, great pictures. We've got the cover design done, the back cover's done as well. So again, if you sign up, atb.yt/book, when I'm allowed to sort of give you any information, you will be the first to know before anybody else. Yes. Anything else? So yeah, so go there. Yes, no.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, sorry. Next Monday, we've got a workshop. I've called it reduce, reuse, recycle, because obviously the price of silver has gone up again today. The gold price is at like $4,075 an ounce. So the metal prices are still very high, and they are inching and edging higher and higher each week. So we are producing a workshop that is going to help you reduce the amount of metal that you're using, reusing the amount of metal that you are perhaps cutting off, and also recycling your metal as well. So we're really excited about this, aren't we?
Yeah, and I will also say the price is going up, isn't it? But it's like we've always said, just keep on promoting all the great things and the unique things about your jewellery and the things that you make, because as people who hand make jewellery or hand finish jewellery, it's never cheap jewellery, is it?
No.
Because of the labour involved. So yeah, just keep highlighting the care and the attention and the customization, customability. What's the word am I looking for?
Customization.
Yeah, the adaptability of your designs, that if people want something slightly different, just keep communicating those features to your customers. Focus on that, all the other great things, rather than focusing on the, oh goodness me, the price is going up, which it is, but justify it in other ways, in all the other wonderful ways that we've always promoted to our customers. Like I say, it's never been cheap, has it? We've never been cheap.
No.
Compared to mass-produced jewellery, which will also go up.
Absolutely.
So it's all going to be comparative. It's not as if I've got to put my prices up and you haven't.
No, everyone's going to have to put
We're
prices
all,
up.
yeah, it's still, it's not like next door's got a different landlord, so my prices are going up and his aren't. We're all in it together. So just keep on communicating your unique benefits and strengths.
It is the benefit of handmade jewellery.
Trying a bit of positivity there. That's all.
So yeah, focus on the positives, focus upon what you can do for your client, what you can do for your customer. The price of metal is what it is. You can't alter that. It's what it is. And I'm still seeing the occasional post on Instagram, people showing, the price is silver.
And yet it is scary. Yeah,
it is scary. But this is the negative side that nobody wants to see. What you want to do is show the positives. Well, you want that ring with a different stone, you want that ring with a different coloured bezel, you want that ring thicker on the back there. Great. That is the side
I can do that. Let's talk.
Can you do this? Can you do that?
Exactly, yeah. That's what I can do that. I'd love to do that for you. And it's like I said in my little reel, our favourite restaurant in our village has put their prices up, and they've said, we've got to put our prices up. Sorry, it's just the way things are. We still go there. We don't go there every night, obviously. We go there now and again, but we don't go there any less frequently. And I don't care what he pays for his carrots or his steak or because we go there for the experience. We go there because we know we're going to have a nice meal, and yes, it's a little bit more.
The atmosphere, the staff.
Yeah, they're lovely. It's just lovely. We just have a lovely time every time we go. So think about that as well, and try and find ways to kind of adapt that idea.
Yes. So that's it. So that's what you're going to do. I don't want to see any photographs or any pictures of you going, no, the price. Oh no, come on. No, I don't want that. I want to see positiveness. Everyone's got to be positive.
We're going to hopefully, we are definitely going to give lots and lots of helpful tips and ideas and things to do to save metal, reuse your scraps,
whatever it needs,
and address everything else next week.
Exactly, and that'll be next.
I'm excited.
That'll be next Monday. Usual details will be going out Wednesday. Again, paid At The Bench members will have the workshop for free. If you're not a paid member of At The Bench, it's £25 for the workshop. Yeah.
Can I just say one really simple way of I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but if you keep your designs in silver under 7.78 grams, you save money on hallmarking straight away, because if you don't legally have to hallmark it then. So
we will be touching that next Monday.
Oh, wait, okay, sorry, I thought I'd just come up with something there. But that's just,
Absolutely.
You don't have to hallmark if it's lower than that, below that weight.
Yes.
So
exactly. So that's what we're going to be looking at.
Like that,
It's going to be all about reduce, reuse and recycle.
Yeah.
look out for that coming into your inbox. As I said, if you're not a paid member of At The Bench, it's £25. If you want to know more about it, just sign up on atthebench.com as like a freeview member, and you'll be notified when these workshops are introduced. And if you're a paid member, thank you very much. And yes, I have had a haircut. It's drastic, isn't it?
Actually, is lowered.
It is absolutely drastic, but there we go.
It was getting a bit wild though, wasn't it?
It was a bit. Good.
Do you want a question?
Is there anything else we need to talk about, Louise? Don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
No?
No, don't think so. No. Good. I can't think.
Please, look at on our stories, because it was some of our diploma finishers
yes.
had their certificates and their overall grade summary for the year. And we've reposted that on Instagram, so that's absolutely lovely to see.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Okay, do you want a question now?
Another question, please.
Okay.
Yes, please, Louise.
Helena is saying, is there any reason not to partially silver foil a FWP, then dip it in UV curing resin to seal? Partially silver foil FWP. I don't know. What's FWP?
Don't know. Where's the question? Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. FWP. FWP. Is it to partially silver foil, then dip in UV curing resin to...
What's FWP, Helena? Sorry,
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Yes.
Good.
Sorry.
Trevor says originality. Yeah, absolutely. The originality of your designs, 100%. And also, what I think my clients like is if there's a problem with anything, they can come back and I will just help them. And whether that's something that they bought from me and it's one of our brands, or something that I've made, it's just, yeah.
Absolutely.
Sort it out for them.
Totally.
And that's the end of the story. So yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Stuart says, what's the best way to solder a tall, narrow tube? 4mm outside diameter, 2mm inside diameter, perpendicular to a flat surface. Worried about solder flowing beyond the joint onto the surface.
Okay, so I don't have one here. It's downstairs. But what I would advise you to get is one of these two things you can get. I'm just looking in my drawers. You can get a tube cutter. So it's a device where you put the tube in, you bring the handle over to hold on to it, and then you saw it. You should be able to then get a nice perpendicular end to the tube. Or you can buy a miter block, which will enable you to get a nice 90-degree on the end. Let me just run that off, but I will come to that at the end. So a miter block is a rectangular block, that has this, there, that has
Good sound effect.
Needless to say, I haven't done any hand drawings for this book. Thank goodness.
It's a good drawing, in fairness.
Thank goodness, they say. Yes. So there's like my miter block. Yeah. There's your knobs running at that end. Yeah. Whatever. Okay. So there's your miter block. Okay. And the idea is then you put your tube through here, you tighten that up, and then you will then get a nice 90-degree angle on the end of your tube. That should be nice and straightforward. Obviously, that's only one part of solving the problem. The other part is going to be keeping that piece of tubing vertical upon your piece of silver. I'm thinking madly here, how are we going to do it? There's going to be two ways you're going to be able to do this. The one way, and I don't know which way or the reason or why you are putting a tube onto a flat surface, but there is one way that you could do it, is drill a hole, okay, in the, say, the flat plate that's 2mm. You put a short 2mm piece of rod in that hole. So now you've got a 2mm piece of rod sticking out that it could be soldered into place, doesn't have to be. And now you've got your piece of tubing that is 2mm inside diameter. You can slide that over here and you can adjust the the position of this piece of wire, so when that slides over the top, this tubing now actually is completely vertical. And that's one way you can do it. The other way would be to drill out a 2mm hole in the sheet. So now your 2mm piece of tubing will fit into that hole. And if that's a nice tight fit, you can move the tubing and you can look from this direction here. There's my eye with my eyelashes. You can look for that direction there. You can look in that direction. You now can look in this direction. There's my eye.
Amco said, I have one of those mitre blocks, but mine doesn't make those sound effects. I guess it just got a cheaper model.
So now you can look from all these angles to make sure your piece of tubing that goes in the hole is nice and upright. Those are the best ways to ensure you get a nice 90-degree position of your piece of metal. Or you can just simply use a third hand holding onto the tube on top of your sheet, and again looking from all the different angles to make sure that that tube is nicely upright. So that's one part of the problem that can be solved. The next part you mentioned about the solder not flowing onto the surface. Well, if you've got the end of your tube, okay, so here's the tube here, okay, so here's the end. If you put on to the end of the tube a tiny little chamfer on the bottom of the tube like that, okay, you now can solder this onto a flat sheet, and if you sweat solder your bottom here of the tube, so this area here, this is the bottom of your tube, if you sweat solder some solder onto here, then you put the tube into place on a fluxed surface, tube into place, heat it all up, the solder now will melt at the bottom of the tube and be transferred then to the plate. And because you've got this little bit of a chamfer, and it's like a 1/4 millimeter, perhaps not even that, equally all the way around, the solder will fill that gap and should not spread anywhere else apart from in between. Because don't forget, solder loves to be hugged. Solder loves to be between two surfaces. It doesn't like going out on its own. So it will stay within the contact point between the sheet and these areas here. You don't have to put a little chamfer on the bottom, because if you don't put a chamfer on the bottom, you're likely to get that little, like a little meniscus, that little fillet on the bottom, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you may not want that. So by putting a little chamfer on the edge of the tube, you won't get that little fillet, because that will be filled in to that little gap where you've chamfered underneath. And that way, the solder is not going to flow anywhere apart from just between those two surfaces. There, how's that?
Good.
Like that? Good.
Yeah, I like that.
Good, excellent.
Okay. Also, regarding the rising price of silver, with PayPal you can spread the cost of a purchase from Cookson, e.g. Cookson, over 3 months, which can help with cash flow. Good idea.
You
Thank
can do, yes.
Cool. Pauline says, when soldering silver jump ring to a silver lobster clasp, how can I protect the clasp from the heat, please? I understand the heat will damage the steel spring in the clasp. Okay, yes it will. So now you want to be able to protect the lobster. So depending on what torch you've got, what I would do is get your third hand, yeah, across your tweezers coming out. So here is your tweezer, and what you're going to do is you're going to get the lobster. So here we go with the lobster. Okay, so here's like your lobster catch here. Okay, and then that comes around a bit further like that, and you've got like a little bit of a hole here where the jump ring goes through. And what you want to do, I suppose, is solder that jump ring, and here's your chain running along here. So what you want to do is trying to reduce the amount of heat that gets through to your trigger clasp. As you only want to solder that jump ring there, you want to avoid the heat. So the one way that you could do that is use your third hand to hold on to your
jump ring. Okay, so here's your jump ring here, it comes down here, but then now you've got your lobster, and that is, that's wrong, whatever. Okay, so there is your lobster. Okay, so there's the jump ring going through, and then you've also got your chain coming down here. If you put this third hand on that jump ring, it's going to act as a heat sink. There's not going to be as much heat now flowing through to the lobster clasp because it's being taken up by the third hand. And if you get your flame up here, okay, here's your flame, you should be able to solder. What I would do is bring the flame up the top first of all. This is in my book, but you're going to have to wait. So here's my, okay, so you bring the flame above, and as you do that, you bring the flame down, 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 until the heat touches this area here. What you don't want to do is put the flame in this angle here, where everything gets hot. So keep the flame above the jump ring, and just bring the flame down, 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 until the solder, you can use solder paste, you can use a Palion or Palon of solder, I mentioned that in the book as well, upon the top of there. Make sure that's easy, make sure that's fluxed, and then that jump ring will get soldered without too much heat getting through to the trigger. So that's one way. The other way to do that would be to get your soldering block. You've got a pile of cool heat, and inside that cool heat, what you've got is your lobster. So here's your lobster catch here, okay? There's your lobster, here's your chain, and sticking out of that cool heat, this ends up with a cool heat, you've got your piece of jump ring sticking out. So here is the cool heat enclosing the lobster and the chain, and all you got sticking out is that jump ring. And again, what you do, you bring your flame down in this direction here, and then bring the flame near to solder that in place. And that would be the best way. Yes, Lou.
Could you dangle the lobster in some water?
You could. Yeah. Well, you know what the problem that you've had with
Well,
water.
this is the thing. I've got a real aversion to thermogel. I just find the texture of it, it just goes through me. I don't know what it is, but it's just so good. It's so quick and works so well that I've just got used to using it now, but I still don't like it. I can't bear the feeling of it on my fingers. I don't know.
There's no need to have it on your fingers.
I know it just gets everywhere though. It's usually on my face, in my hair. I don't know, but it's just me. But it is excellent.
Yes.
But I've tried using water.
Yeah.
And yeah, I ended up cracking I put it in, there was water all over my bench anyway. I had another problem, which was worse than the ickiness of the thermogel. Yeah.
Yes. So that would be basically. Oh, some people put things in potatoes.
No, but somebody did that on the.
I know.
And I thought it was so cool. What a cheap and effective way of.
It's a waste of a potato.
Not really, because you can just eat it for your tea then, can't you? Presumably, you've warmed it up. But it was really clever, actually.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so there you go.
Is cool heat the same as thermogel?
Yes,
I guess
it is.
so, yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's like avocado, isn't it? It's like that guacamole sort of texture.
Yeah, it is.
But slimier. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's good stuff, though. I'm not slacking it off at all. I love it. It's just. Okay, do you want another question?
Yeah, please.
FW, freshwater pearl, of course it is, yeah, sorry. So let me go back to the question. Is there a reason not to partially silver foil a freshwater pearl, then dip it in UV curing resin to seal?
I don't understand the reason why.
Why you can't?
Why you do it in the first place?
To keep the foil on the pearl, I'm guessing.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, try it.
But why waste a good pearl? Why not just?
Because you want to put foil on it. I would maybe try it with a.
Are you thinking? Because I'm thinking. Are you thinking of what? Just covering the pearl completely with foil, Like
I don't know, it
so
says
it's like
partially.
partially.
Not
Okay.
a partially silver foil, a freshwater pearl, and dip it in UV curing resin to seal. I'd probably try it with an imitation pearl if you've got something like that.
I think you have to be very careful because the resin is going to rub off, isn't it? And then you're left with the foil. The foil may come off. So I don't think it's going to be a permanent.
Depends what you're going to do with it after you've. Because if it's just going to be a pair of earrings,
fine, yeah, the wearability.
Then, but the UV lamps, mine's got like a 90-second low heat setting. I don't know how hot they get though.
I think it would be okay on the pearl. I don't think you damage the pearl. How would you actually have the bead so there's no drips?
I guess you'd have it on a stick.
Upright, yeah.
I'd probably cure it really quickly for a few seconds before the UV resin moved. That's what I usually do, is chuck it on for like, I don't know, 15 seconds on high, just enough for it to hold.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or hold it on a stick and turn it. I don't know. You don't want to be putting your hands in there all the time though, do you?
No.
I know for curing your nails, but I try not to stick my hands in there or look at it too much.
I try it. I think the only way to
it has a blemish round it, not a good quality one.
Yeah, try it.
I'm happy to try if you want me. I haven't got any foil though.
No, not at all, no. No, we can't.
Oh, okay. I'll stick a pearl in there. I'll let you know. I don't mind doing a test, but I can just dip it in some resin and cure it. We'll see what happens.
Try it.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Let me know.
Good, okay.
I haven't got any foil, but I am happy to dip it in some resin and see what it does, if you want to. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes. Okay. So another question.
Cool. Okay. Stuart's. Oh, we've done Stuart. Good. Soldering a jump ring to a lobster class. Yes. Ina says, I tried to pierce a tiny back plate 0.2 mil thick. The thin saw blades broke without even piercing. I relented and tried the 3.0 normal saw blade, but that did not work well with the thin material. 0.2 is not point thin. 0.2 is really thin though, isn't it?
It is, yes, yeah. I think it depends upon the design that you're doing. You can have things like 6.0, which are incredibly thin, but what you've got to remember, if you're using something like the new concept saws that have the little cam here, what you've got to remember, the tension that goes on the blade, that's a 3.0, okay? But what you're going to have to do is to make sure that the tension is less on a thinner blade. There is a tendency, if you've got these cams, to put the cam on, and if you have a thinner blade like a 5.0, 6.0, that tension will snap the blade. So the tension does not have to be as tight as it is if it's a thicker blade. Or if you have a simple fixed saw, again, you push in, don't push in as much as you would do as if you had say a 3-stroke, but you just have to make sure that the tension isn't as great. Don't rely upon the pressure that you put onto the blade. You have to rely upon the twanging of it. So obviously that's no good, but that may be good if that is a thinner blade. So don't necessarily push with the same force as what you would do with a 3.0 if you're using a 6.0. So adjust the tension for the thickness blade. And if a 6.0 snaps, but a 3.0 is too thick, go to a 4.0 or a 5.0 blade. You can always play around. And this is the reason why they make the blades. Obviously, the finer the blade, the thinner the metal, but you can still get around by just ever so slightly not pushing forward on the blade. So just gently going up and down, cutting. If you do push forward, you're going to get the blade stuck, especially on a thin piece of metal. Angle the blade forward if you're cutting a straight line, because then you've got more teeth in contact with that length of metal. So that is what I would do. But again, I would really not change the blade myself. I would just take that blade ever so slowly, plenty of lubrication, and it should cut.
Yeah, thin metal is thick metal. just nightmare, isn't it? I
Yeah.
like 0.5. Anything that's not 0.5, I don't want to be a it. Forget it. Okay. Helen says, I'll have a go tomorrow. I just did not want an explosion. Didn't even think about that.
Don't think it'll explode.
Maybe stand out of the way and obviously wear some eye protection if you're worried about... Because I have my lamp facing sideways anyway because I don't want to see the UV light.
Good idea.
Yeah, stand out the way.
Okay. I don't think it will explode, but yeah, do what you feel.
Protect. Okay, yeah.
Yes, good.
Okay, Barbara says, I always have a bit of trouble soldering half a jump ring to a bezel in preparation for the bail. I've tried several techniques, but it is hit or miss.
Okay.
I've got a good way which I've discovered. Shall
Louise,
I? Well, you know my way. You can explain my way.
I would like you to do it.
No, you do it.
Show us.
I'm shy. Well, I just take the bezel.
Yes.
And I hold that in cross-lock tweezers or third hand. Draw it on the board, please, Andrew. So what I will do before that is where I'm going to solder half a jump ring on the top here, I will drill or just burr out 2 little divots.
Okay.
So I've got that, and I've got divot, like that. Obviously flex them, put it in the third hand, or the cross-lock tweezers. That's on my bench, safe, done. Take my half a jump ring. Usually file that nice and flat. Squish that to the distance of my 2 divots. So make sure that's going to fit into my divots nicely.
Yep.
So this has gone into the back plate now, I suppose, isn't it, rather than the wall of the bezel?
Yeah.
Or you'd have to go quite shallow on your bezel.
Yeah.
And then I sweat solder a little solder onto my. Thank you, Andrew. Pop that in a cross-lock tweezer as well, which you're going to tell me is wrong because it's going to take my heat. I can't hold things in a normal tweezer because I just drop them. They're dropped in 2 minutes and I pick it up and drop it again, drop it again, drop it again. Then it's just frustration. And then, yeah, I just warm up the bezel first, obviously. Warm that till the flux is all brown and sticky. And then I warm up my jump ring, just quietly, and then
bring that into place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best way to do.
It's not a better way, is there?
It is a good way of doing it.
Yeah,
it's because
you
are increasing because I'm getting up after the Royal Mint and they did their ingots, and they had a jig. So when they had the jig, they drilled 2 holes up on the top, and the jumping that went in the top was actually that sort of shape. So that goes in, and yes, it solders, and then you've got a great big area that is going to be.
It feels secure because
nice
it just goes in nice, doesn't it? And you know it. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's that. Yeah, I totally get you, because what you really want to do is try and increase the surface area of the contact point between the half a jump ring here and the surface. If you can increase that by putting a small little divot down here, you've now increased the surface area, because when this jump ring goes into place here, it's got more area of solder to hold that into place than if it just came along flat onto the piece.
Or you can put it flat. This is what I did the other day with my my jump ring pen.
Can I just? And also I'll come back to you. No, but before I forget, because I will forget. By doing it this way, you don't have to worry about trying to align that jump ring up to the bezel, because you can eyeball this and make the 2 divots exactly where it needs to go, so you don't have to worry about the position. Because even if you position this slightly off, you've got the 2 little divots, so you can still put your jumping exactly where those divots go, because you've eyeballed that beforehand. So that is a good way of doing it, yes. Sorry, yes.
Or have your bezel flat on your solder block.
Yep.
And then bring in a titanium strip.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can rest the jump ring on your titanium strip, but obviously your holes have got to be in the right place, and your divots have got to be in the right place for your jump ring to just slot in.
Yes.
As it sits on the titanium strip, and I did that the other day with my little pendant that I made, and it worked really, really well.
Oh, then nice.
Yeah, thanks. But because it doesn't take the heat, does it? The titanium strip won't take the heat off what you're working on. You can heat the bezel first, and then just kind of like just have something, the tweezers or something, just in case anything moves, just to kind of tweak it back into place.
Yeah.
And that worked really well.
But definitely you need to sweat solder on the jump ring here.
Yeah,
so
but again, I put my divots. Yeah, that's what I do.
Sweat solder, a little bit of solder paste if you want to use solder paste, or just use
I didn't think you used solder paste.
On top of that. Sweat solder, that will be in the position, as Louise said, to do it. But don't heat up the jump ring, heat up the main part of the bezel, and then the heat will be transferred through to the jump ring. Bring the jump ring into place, you've got your 2 little divots. If you have a very, very thin bezel, you can still put 2 little marks where it needs to go with your ball burr, and that a little ball burr would be ideal. If you've got 1mm diameter wire on your jump ring, perhaps 1.2, 1.4mm ball burr, and that would be ideal. What you don't want to do is have a 1mm hole and a 1mm jump ring, because it's going to be very, very awkward to get that jump ring in the hole. So make sure the hole is slightly bigger than the end of the jump ring, and you'll be fine.
And don't do what I do, because I kind of like keep the heat on and then take it off, and then I'm moving it, and it's just, as soon as it's in place, just confidently take the heat off and give it a couple of seconds, and then you're done.
Yes.
Yeah, because I tend to faff, and then I just, over-engineer it.
Go back to it.
Yeah. As soon as it's done, get that heat off, keep perfectly still, and it's done. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, well done.
It's good.
Good, well done. Now another question.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Fiona says, been away for a while. One question, please. Will heat affect a magnetic clasp when adding a jump ring?
Yes, it will. Heat ruins magnets, which I learned in my physics that I only had a CSE grade 2. I found
What's grade 2 mean then?
CSE, it wasn't. If you had a CSE and it was a grade 1 CSE, it was equivalent to
What is CSE?
I don't know.
Certificate of Secondary Education, is it?
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. It's back when we had O-levels and CSEs. If you had a 1 in a CSE, it was equivalent to a C of an O-level. And I wanted to have an O-level in physics, but I never. I did my physics twice, and I only got a 2, CSE 2.
Oh, well, you've done all right, love, haven't you?
No, thank you. Yeah, I have.
You've done
I have. I've done. So, yes, heat will damage a magnet. So, again, treat it as if you've got a lobster clasp. Treat it as if you've got a piece of metal that cannot get hot, and you should be fine. So do exactly what we just did. Put it in a third hand, put it in some cool heat, thermogel, and it'll be fine. But heat will ruin a clasp.
I guess you don't want to put a bezel, like a deep bezel, in your third hand, do you? Because if you heat it up, you might crush it.
Yeah.
Especially if the bezel wall is thin, so you might be better off laying it flat on a solder block.
Flat, or put it in some cool heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the fragility of the piece that you're working on.
Nice word.
So whether you have it vertical or horizontal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fragility. Nice word.
Thank you.
That's the word of the afternoon.
Fragility. Okay. Good. How do you prep a piece for assay? I've seen people keep the channel for casted pieces, but what about for pieces I put together with solder? Does every piece need extra material for them to test?
I'll let you answer this, no?
Keep the channel for casted pieces. Keep the what channel?
Yeah, so what they're saying is that, do you need to supply metal like the sprue?
Oh no,
or
you're
do
fine.
you need to leave the sprue on there for testing? Because
no.
Years ago they used to scrape the metal, and they used to test the scrapings that come off it. But nowadays they use XRF.
It's all done with XRF machines, so they don't actually scrape or take anything off the piece at all, I don't think, anymore. So you don't need to supply anything, you literally just supply the piece that you're submitting for assaying. That's it. And obviously your hallmarking note. So you'd need to separate your metals and your purities. So if you've got 9 carat, you'd have one form and all your 9 carat pieces. If you've got 18 carat, you'd have a separate form, and I parcel them up in a separate parcel. I put them all in the same package, but they're all separated
notes.
with their own hallmarking note.
Yeah. But
That's
I also
what you
I was quite interested in, when we were at the assay office last, the XRF machine is very specific, and what they do, they put the item in the machine and then they have like a camera in there and it comes up on the screen. And they can then direct the cursor to where they want to be tested on the piece. So say, because I know they had something like an 18 carat bangle, but there was a 9 carat clasp on it. And what they did, they tested the bangle. It came up as 18 carat, but they tested the clasp and it was 9 carat. See if they can, it's not an overall
so they'll test like
average.
here, and here, or anything that raises suspicions,
and if
I
they
guess.
think, oh, that's a bit too much solder there, we'll test that solder. They can specifically test the areas to assess the purity of the metal. Yeah.
Okay.
So the answer is...
No, you don't need to submit anything extra, just the pieces that you want.
But the item has to be complete.
Yeah. So even if you... I've sent earrings before now and didn't include the backs, and they didn't hallmark them because they wanted to see the backs.
The scrolls, the butterflies,
yeah,
they need to send them. Jump rings on pendants.
Yeah, you can't just send a charm without any means to hang it from. They want to see that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you want to know some more about hallmarking, there's we did a fabulous session with Marie from the assay office, from the Birmingham assay office, and it was a while ago now, wasn't it? But it's a Q&A. If you just Google or put in the search assay office at the bench, Marie Brennan, it should come up.
YouTube,
and it was it's a whole hour dedicated to assaying.
Be good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, good. Thank you. Helena says, I also put divots in my soldering block to keep the ring in place when soldering flat with plates of the bezel on the top and pressed into the block. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Nice.
Cool. That would be really easy to do on a charcoal block as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Gaz says, if the magnet reaches the Curie point, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Curie point. Yeah.
It will no longer be magnetic.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay, cool. Well, not cool, but yeah. What's the Curie point? Just obviously the point where it no longer becomes
a magnet loses
a magnet.
Magnet.
So what temperature is that then?
I don't know what the Curie point is. I've heard of it, but that's why I failed my
because you didn't know the Curie point.
Yeah, I didn't know the Curie. That's why I didn't pass my physics. But yeah, the Curie point is the point at which the magnet loses its magnification. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. And also, if a magnet is banged on one of the poles, it loses its magnification as well. Yes. Thank you. Anyway, here endeth our physics lesson.
Great, okay.
If I'd listened then, I would have passed.
Here we are.
Is that it?
That's it for now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any more questions?
I'm going to have a look at the Curie point. Whilst you're there and the camera's on you, I'm going to
have a look for the Curie point of...
I'm going to see what the Curie point is of a magnet. That's very good. Curie. Oh, let's have a look. Curie point magnet. Some clever people around, isn't there?
Yeah.
The Curie point magnet refers to the phenomenon when a magnet loses its magnetic properties when it is heated to its Curie temperature. Above this point, the thermal energy causes the magnetic domains within the material to become misaligned, and the magnet permanently or temporarily becomes demagnetized, dependent on the material and the heat exposure. This transition is a change from ferromagnetic to a paramagnetic one.
Varies from metal to metal.
There we go.
Very good.
It's 769 degrees on iron, 1127 degrees, these are Celsius by the way, cobalt, 358 for nickel, and ceramic magnets, only anything over 427 degrees centigrade, it will lose. But neodymium, is that right? Neodymium magnets have a maximum operating temperature of 80 degrees. Thank you. There we go.
we are,
Learn
very
something
good.
new every single day.
Good.
Anything else?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So,
Good.
So whilst we are here, I'm going to publicise. We've got this on there still. So yes, so don't forget, if you have just joined us, you want to become one of the first people to know more about this book that I have written, Jewellery Repairs at the Bench. Go to atb.yt/book, and you'll be the first to know. There should be no dot there. You'll be the first to know when we go live with the book, when we know prices, when we know formats. You're going to have a few little sneak peeks into the pages beforehand. You're going to have a sneak peek into lots of things regarding the book before it gets published back in March. And you'll be the first people who will be able to buy the book as well. Absolutely.
Good.
And also perhaps have them signed.
Perhaps.
You never know, do you? You never know.
The last assay point you brought up, if I bought chains for necklaces but they're already assayed / marked, do I include them with the intended charms?
You don't need chains.
No, I don't think you do. I think they would need to be marked if they were over the hallmarking minimum weight, 7.78 grams for silver or a gram for gold. But they should come to you supplied with those. If you're buying them, if you're making them yourself or manufacturing them yourself, then obviously the obligation's on you. But yeah, if they should be hallmarked when you are supplied them.
The way I see it is the fact that if the chain can be removed from the pendant, and you've got the chain here, the pendant here, you only need to send the pendant. But if that pendant is permanently attached to the chain, and whether you've got the chain attached to either side of the pendant, even though the chain may be hallmarked, because it is one item, you have to send everything off to be assayed. And even if it looks like you've got a pendant with two little loops on the side, that it looks like there should be a chain attached to it, I'm sure you'd still have to send off the chain, because that is not a complete item. If there's a little single jumping on the top, you should be fine. Yes. It's
so you're saying
two separate items.
If you can remove the pendant, even though you're supplying them as two things, as one, supplying them together, they are two separate
because
parts,
they can be detached,
and they would both need to be hallmarked separately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if they are already hallmarked, then you're absolutely fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as it's a genuine.
Yeah.
UK hallmark. Yeah.
They are separate from each other. Yes. Yeah. Good.
Good. Clay says, getting Ernie Wise my play, what I wrote, flashbacks. Yeah. Good. Donald says, don't understand where to put the link for the book.
In the URL, just so, on the top, in your browser, put www.atb.yt/book. That then will take you to the sign up page. And it's a picture of me by here doing this. Like that, okay? It's a picture of me. So so www.atb.yt/book, top of your browser, put it in and just enter your information. Yes. Cool. Good, that's it. That's what you're laughing at. Put the link in the chat, Lou. Why not?
All right then, yeah. I didn't think about that. Sorry.
Well, you have to look at the board to find out what it is.
/book. There.
Try, click on it to see what happens. Or put it in the browser. Put it in the browser as well. So I'm telling you what to do. Sorry, I don't have access. Go to channel.
Why is it? No. Let me just copy it. Oh.
So to copy that link now and put it into the chat if somebody just wants to.
Well, it's already, okay.
I know, I got the shortcut on there, but there we go.
There you go.
So there we go. There we go. So so we had the book back from Typesetters.
It's a bit old now, isn't it?
To me, it looks a bit old. A little bit grey around the sides.
Photo's a few years old, isn't it?
All right, sorry. Still as handsome as ever. A little bit greyer. I had my haircut for that picture as well.
Did you?
It looks like it, doesn't it? So yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, we had the book. They're sending it out a hard copy for me to have a look at, and now I've got to do the index. So I got to go through all the words I think people are going to look for and do an index, which does take a while. I'm going to put your name in there, are you?
Yeah.
Hopefully you can spell. And then you get taken to.
Oh.
Are you a robot?
I am not.
Wait for it. There you go. You're all set. We went and added you to the wait list so you can become part of the launch.
I think I'm going to be part of the launch anyway, aren't I, by default? Okay.
Yeah, so there you go.
Could have had a different picture there though, couldn't you?
Oh, sorry. What, going?
Yeah, that would have been better.
Let's see what he can do. All done. Thank you, Donald. Appreciate it.
Good.
Go for it.
John says, hello. Is there a handheld butane torch powerful enough to melt small quantities of silver in a 2-inch crucible so I can make wire and sheet or small castings?
All right. So what you don't want to do is have a 2-inch crucible. Do you? Yes, you do. 2-inch crucible? Yeah, 2-inch should be fine. Just thinking of a larger crucible, because the larger the crucible, the more heat it's going to absorb and take from the torch to be able to get it up to melting temperature. So these torches here, this is a slightly larger butane torch, as you can see. So something like this is going to work. I don't have a smaller torch here, but these torches are not the small handheld sort of creme brulee torch. These are the slightly bigger ones. And with this, you've got a nice flame, as you can see, and this will melt about 20 grams of silver. It will take you a while to do it because you cannot increase the temperature of the flame by adding more oxygen. It relies upon the oxygen being taken in through the hole on the side. So you may find that it will take you about 10-15 minutes of using this to be able to melt that amount of metal. Make sure you fill it with gas beforehand. What you don't want to do is stop halfway through because you run out of gas. Wait, fill it up. Your crucible's cooled down, only to have to heat it back up again. So make sure that you heat the crucible first if you're melting silver down, because what you don't want to do is have too much of the flame on the silver, because the silver will absorb the oxygen from the flame and you're more likely to get things like fire scaled and porous ingots. So heat up the crucible first until it's nice bright red, then add your silver, then start to melt it. 2 ounces, no. 30 grams, 1 ounce, be a bit too much. A good 10-15 grams, yes, and you can do it in small quantities if you've got a lot of silver. But those torches are ideal. Again, we sell them in the store. They're the largish blowtorch from Durston. Yes, Lou.
Good. Scrap Over Engineering says, congrats on the book.
Thank you.
Pauline says, can I mix your borax powder into a paste and keep a small quantity in a screw top jar for as and when needed, please?
I think you can do. You may find that it may be slightly granular because it is like a granule type of powder. It's not like a dust. So what you may find is it would be nice if you could perhaps use a borax dish like that, and even use your borax cone, put some powder, a little bit of water, and perhaps grind it into a soft paste. Then you could transfer that into a little bottle. Yes, you can. I see no problems with that at all. Yes, Lou.
I did see somebody on a group in the last week saying how lovely our borax cones are, which was very nice.
Very
yes,
nice.
very, and they are lovely borax cones.
They are good. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, some of the ones you can get are a little bit dry and don't make a nice
Crumble.
paste. Yeah, not great. But it was, yeah, a very nice lady came on and said how lovely the borax cone was, and it was one of ours. It had the At the Bench sticker on it, which was lovely to see.
So we sell them in the store.
Thank you if that was you. Yeah.
I think we've got about 9 or 10 of them left in stock. So if you want to grab yourself a good borax cone, buy them from us at atthebench.store. Yes,
Fab.
ma'am.
Good.
Any more?
Okay.
Any more?
We've answered all the questions. That's
Good.
cool.
So don't forget, at the bench, atb.yt/book or atb.yt/run if you want to sponsor me for the half marathon that I did a week and a bit ago.
Good.
For the Silversmiths and Jewelers charity. But thank you to everybody who has done up to now. Very kind. So yeah, get yourself onto our book mailing list, atb.yt/book, to be notified when we have some updates on the book and you'll be the first to know. Very excited.
John says, thank you. Maybe better investing in, say, a Sievert torch. Can I obtain one from your store?
Yes, you can. We have the Sievert torch there. We have the kit already done. Comes with the pencil nozzle, which is only good for small little soldering jobs. If you want to be able to melt, you have to then buy the neck and then perhaps buy the 3940 or the 3941 burner. It's a big burner. You need to connect it up to a propane tank. It's a lot better than those little torches because the propane burns at a higher temperature than the butane that those come with.
If you want some advice, John, drop me a line, louise@andrewberry.co.uk.
Yeah,
If
but
you
it's
want
all
some
there.
help on the,
Yeah, it's all there on the store.
I've just noticed, you just said a load of numbers and stuff, and but if you want some help, drop me a line.
Yeah, and then we can point you then to the right links to get it. But yeah, we sell the torch, we sell the tube, we sell the handle, we sell the necks, we sell the nozzles. 3940, 3941 are the best ones to go for, but you need the neck to attach it onto the handle. Yes. Good.
The link, can't find a link on the site to click to register. I found it at the bottom of the page. Yeah, you have to scroll down, I think, don't you?
Yeah, you just have to scroll down underneath the blurb of the writing and it is there.
Yeah, you have to read all of it.
Read it.
You have to read it all before you can scroll down. Yeah.
Read it all. You're part of the launch in March. I know it's a while away. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting book.
Be here before we know it.
It'll be really pleased. It did take us a while. We actually closed the shop for about 2 or 3 days to do all the photographs, like 300 plus 400 photographs we took for it, edited them all, did the 50,000 words. Yeah, I've been really pleased. It was quite surreal seeing it all put down into sort of a book format. So we've got the hard copy coming tomorrow. Index is being done. So yeah, perhaps we'll give you a little bit of an insight if you sign up. Your bench, your skills, your guide to confident jewellery repair. Very good. Okay, then again, we'll leave it there, shall we?
Good. Claire says, no disrespect to Andrew, I loved Ernie Wise. No, it's really funny. Of course, nobody here ever makes fun.
Exactly.
Good. Fabulous.
Good.
Yeah, no worries, John. That's cool.
Excellent. Okay, we'll end it there, shall we?
Yes, okay.
Super.
Yeah.
Everyone, don't forget, next Monday is our workshop, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. You'll be notified when it all goes out. We've initially done live on the website, but we haven't got it already yet. But that will be going out to everybody on Wednesday. If you're a paid member of At The Bench, you will get an email with your link to get that for free. If you're a paid member of At The Bench, but you get one that says you have to pay, it's most probably because you are on the Freeview mailing list as well as the paid mailing list. So if you see an email and you're a paid member, but it's asking you to pay, disregard that email because you should have received another email with the correct link in it to click on because your workshop will be free.
Okay. I think you might have to make an adjustment to this. It's the middle bit, kind of. So you scroll down. So you put your cursor on the text in the middle, and then scroll down. There's like a little. Can you see? It's just kind of like going through Andrew's left eye. There's like a a grey vertical line, and you can scroll down on that, and then it's not the easiest stand, is it?
Shall I get some alteration made on it? Shall I just get it?
It might be, just so people haven't got to go reading the whole thing if they don't want to.
Just going to try and get the camera on that for you. Let's come a bit wider on it. There we go. Let's go on to that over the shoulder. So there we go. So there it is there. So
So that it doesn't work if you have it on the...
Past people should have to scroll the whole page as opposed to that little section.
I don't know whether that's, maybe no scrolling at all.
Okay.
Would be...
Take out some of the blurb.
Or just, can you put the blurb over here and just have here?
Yeah, I'll ask Steve.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we are. Anyway.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right. Okay then, Louise, shall we go?
I think so, yes.
Anything else we need to tell everybody about?
I don't think so, apart from don't get too down in the dumps about the price of metal, even if it goes up again a little bit, because help's on the way next week in the form of our workshop.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah.
And don't forget, everybody's in the same boat. Everybody's going to be being charged this up. These prices going up and up and up. We can't do anything about it. Just have to accept it, but explain the benefits and
we can do things about it. We can.
Okay.
We'll watch the workshop next week and
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay. All right.
And learn all the tricks.
You're right. You are right. Well done. Okay, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. We will see you next Monday for the workshop that starts at 2 o'clock. Don't forget. Sign up if you're not a member already. Or sign up as a freeview member and you'll be notified when the workshop goes live. It should be on Wednesday. So say goodbye then, Louise. Anything you want to say?
Nope, thank you, bye.
Everyone, take care.
Have a great week.
We'll see you all next Monday for our workshop, Reduce, Reuse, Recycle. Don't forget, atb.yt/book, or if you want to sponsor, atb.yt/run. Sponsor me for them. Yeah, excellent. I'm going to shut up now. All right, everyone, take care. See you soon.
Wise.